this is Wasim. Welcome back to my channel Wagon Picks. Hope you are all doing great. We are into the 11th tutorial of the JavaScript series, and the topic is array iterations. We have already gone through two tutorials related to array. In ninth tutorial, we went through the basics of array, in which we saw how we can define the elements inside the array and manipulate the elements. In second tutorial we saw, that is 10th tutorial, we saw methods of array, like what all methods can be used in array to manipulate or make a manipulated copy of that array. And in this tutorial we will be going through iterations of array. Okay, iteration doesn't, we can make some operations inside the element inside the array iterations. So points which we'll be covering are, these are the some statements or methods which we will be looking into. So we will start with first topic, for loop. We have seen this earlier into, I think, first tutorial, but we'll go through this again. It's just going through all the elements again. So this is our dummy code ready with us, and we are reflecting dummy content. Okay, so I will remove this and script, I will add script tag. Okay, so let me define a new array. Let r, let me name this as new r, and let me store some values in this. 1 5 2 7. Okay, these are the values which are stored in this array. And if suppose I want to iterate through the elements of this array, and suppose I want to multiply 2 to every element of this array, so how can I do that? Using for loop. Okay, so I will just add over here, we will be using for loop. Okay, we can do that by using for loop. For let me take a variable, let I equal to 0, I is smaller than the length of this array, length of this array I plus plus. Okay, and now inside this for loop, I will just manipulate the content within this array. Okay, so how is that? Okay, so what I have done, I have defined an array, and inside this array I have applied this for loop. So this for loop will be initiated with I equal to 0 and will iterate equals to the length of this array. So the length of this array is 4, so this will iterate 4 times. So every time when it iterates, the I value will increase from 0 till 4, and we will display the we will change the content of this array. So I will console the array. Now it should be, the element should be multiplied by 2. I will go into the console screen. Okay, we are into console screen. Okay, here we are, yahan par. Okay, we have got 1527. Okay, 1527. Okay, we need to so what we did was, we had not defined the multiplication multiplied value to the elements inside the array. So what we did, we went through the entire array, and for each element we multiplied that by 2 and assigned that multiplied value to this index space. Okay, so that is why every element got multiplied by 2, 10, 4 and 14. So this was about the for loop, and similarly I will just comment this out. There is a method called for each, correct? So let me check once. For each, okay. So for each, what we do, what this is used for, this is the same way to execute to iterate through the array and access the elements. So you can use you can do operations, or you can print the values, whatever you want to do. You can iterate through the array and you can perform the task. So what I will do, I will use the same array, and how I will do, new array dot for each element. So here what I'm doing is I'm just printing. So what this element will contain. So let me explain you first. So before explaining, let's see if this is working fine. Yes, it is working fine. So what we are doing over here is we are using for each array to go through each element of this array, and this element is just a name which we have defined for as a variable. When this is iterating, when it is at first iteration, it is at the digit 1, and element will be equal to 1, and we will just be printing. Well, second iteration, the element equal to 5. So this element will hold the iterating element of this array. Okay, you can change the name is element is, we cannot, you don't need to use element, you can use element. Okay, this works fine. Okay, so this is the for each element. Okay, similarly you can multiply the elements and display, or you can use the elements, whatever you want to do, you can do that. So next topic is, we have seen for each, and next topic is, I forgot, map and filter. Map is used to iterate through each elements of an array and can perform any operation if required. Okay, so this is like this returns something, and this won't change the existing array. This will create a copy of that array and you make changes in that. Okay, so we will use the same new R, and what I will do is const, I will multiply this by 2 double R, and here we need to use the variable what we are returning num into 2. So similarly, as we did in for each and for loop, what we are doing, we are iterating through this array, and we are not changing anything inside this. We are creating a copy of this, and inside that we are updating. Like num is just a variable which stores the element value in each iteration. On first iteration it will store 1, in second iteration it will store 5, and third and fourth. So every iteration it will multiply by 2, and return is stored in this array. Okay, so to see, we can see this. Over here, see, every element was multiplied by 2, and that was reflected. But if we see the original array, that is, this will not be impacted, this will be as it is. Okay, see here, the the earlier array was as it is. Why we got 2 num into 2, 1 into 2, yes, correct. Yeah, we are good with the map functionality. So next is filter method. I will comment this out. So no need to worry, the commented code I will paste this into description, or I will give you the link of this code. You can refer the uh, code, and if you need anything which is specific to the topic, you can comment me in my comment box. I will create a new tutorial for that, or if you have any questions, do let me know, I will answer those. So next topic is filter. Okay, so filter, uh, this method returns a new array containing only the elements that satisfy the specific conditions. Okay, so it will iterate through this array, okay, and only return the array if any specific condition is satisfied. So we look at this. So let me define a new constant. uh, so let me take it this even number. Okay, and this is filter. This is how it is defined, and in this we'll take a variable, and in this variable will return num divided 2. Okay, if this is equal to 0, then it will return 2. Okay, so we have seen the modulus sign. This will if the number is even, the value of this modulus will be 0. So this will return true if the number is even. Okay, so after this we can just print, we can print this array list. So the length of this array is 1 and we got 2. So what was the number which was returned? That was 2. So this is the only number which is even, and for this number we got the modulus equal to 0. So that is why it, sorry, it didn't, it doesn't, it will not return true or false, it will return the value. Okay, the num value for which this was equivalent to 0, for which the operation was successful. Okay, so this is how filter is used. I hope you got the point. Map is actually used to perform some action within the uh, elements of the array, and filter is used to return if any operation is performed, and if that is successful, then it will return that specific element. Okay, in our case we did modulus, and if the number is even, it will return that number. Okay, so this was about the filter. I hope you got this. Map and filter, these are the two important topics. This is frequently used in also asked in interviews. Actually this was introduced in ECMAScript version of JavaScript. This was not earlier there was only for loop. So map and filter were introduced later. I don't know about for each. I think this was also introduced later on. So last topic which we are going to discuss is about array.form. So what is array.form? Let me write it first. Array.from. Okay. So array.form is used to when dealing with iterable objects. like string sets or maps for converting them into arrays. So we have already seen how to convert an array into string in our earlier topics. This specific method is used to convert a string to array. Okay, so literally telling, I have not used this earlier, but we can go through this, how this works we can see. Okay, so let us take a array first. Constant, let us take a string, sorry, let us take a string. Let us type hello in this, and const array dot from string. This is how it should work. Okay, this is just converting the string into array. Okay, and this is showing red mark, I don't know. Okay, sorry, let, okay, new array is already declared, that is why it was showing an array error. So now I have made this as new array 1, so we can print this out. So here we converted a string into array. See, every element we will be having separate character inside the array. Okay, HELLO. So here we went through the iteration topics. First we went through for loop, how we can access each elements of an array through for loop, and for each similar functionality we can access each element of an array using for each. A map, we saw how we can do certain operation using map function, and filter is conditional execution of the array elements. If the condition is satisfied, then the value will be returned and will be stored in new created array. Okay, so hope you got all the points. Please let me know if you have any questions, and please do like and share my videos, and also subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for being with me on this tutorial, and have a great day.